Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. We are here, raring and ready to go for another Watchalong episode. Tonight, we are doing the Watchalong for Brentford. Oh, look, I've spelled Brentford wrong in my banner. That will teach me to be disorganised and rush. There we go. Let's pop that back up. Brentford, as the posh people would say, versus Fulham in the fourth round of the EFL Cup. As such, the game doesn't really matter, but then it really does because there's quite a few sort of storylines we've got going on here. First of which being this is a replay of the playoff final. Second of which is we all saw Fulham absolutely capitulate on Sky TV on Monday night on one of my watch-alongs here and completely go under to Aston Villa. And thirdly, Said Benrahma is playing. He is back and in the starting lineup. So very interested in that. Let's have a look here. It wouldn't be a Brentford watch-along without Chris saying up the bees at the beginning. There is John Wayne. Says greetings, Ben, in the chat. And there is Charlie, and that is a very opportune moment for me to give Charlie a shout out. Charlie is the fan sponsor of our live watch-alongs this season. 30 years, a loyal royal. Here is to many more. And you can go and check out Charlie's own YouTube channel there. It was, should memorize this, shouldn't I? youtube.com/c/Charlie's football channel. Let yourself be known if you are in the chat. Come on, Fulham. And also let me know who you're supporting. Jay says, this game has got dull written all over it. I don't think it has, Jay. I think the fact that neither team really will be that bothered about losing it means it should be nice and open. And we're at the point now where in the EFL Cup, I can understand in the first two rounds, it was a case of, look, don't get fixture congestion this early in the season. Whereas now it's like, well, the next League Cup game's a while down the line, isn't it? You've done the big bang, 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 bang through September and early October. So sounds pretty good fun to me, hey? BFG, Fulham in 90 minutes will do me nicely on my ACCA. I bet it will. Who else is playing tonight? Anyway, speaking of who's playing tonight, let's have a look at the teams over on SofaScore. Please complain to them if you think the shape's wrong. And there are a fairly, couple of questionable things. There is Bots Roselli, if I've pronounced that right, with the attacking lineup from Brentford. It ought not to be dull. I agree. Charlie says Brentford 1, Fulham 2. So, obviously, our eyes go straight to that number 10 as we look at the Brentford team there. Said Benrahma playing for Brentford for the first time this season. Remember, the transfer market is a little bit depressed at the moment, and certain players, Benrahma being one of them, Josh King, Ismail Issar, Emi Buendia, are still in the Championship and haven't moved. When we thought for all the world that lot would be gone by now. It's a mixture of the delay. Obviously, October the 5th is coming round on Monday. But then the Premier League clubs can still deal with non-Premier League clubs. So someone like Benrahma, Buendia, King, Sarr can still be sold up until October the 16th. So it's an interesting one. Let's go through that Brentford team because you'll also see Saman Ghoddos there, who I thought was the Benrahma replacement. I never thought I'd see him playing with him. Very interesting. David Raya in goal, who appears to be the Brentford Cup goalkeeper this season. Excuse me, Luke Daniels has played all the league games. Raya returned, I think, against West Brom in the previous Cup game there. Thompson is playing left back. Sørensen, so a couple of reserves in there, flanked by Ethan Pinnock, a first-choice defender. Look on the bench, you see Pontus Jansson there. And SofaScore have Tariq Fosu playing right back. That I will believe when I see it, but it does make that formation work, I have to say. I can't imagine it being any other way around it. Hey, look, it might be Fosu at left back and Thompson at right back, but it looks like Fosu has been slated for fullback there. In the midfield, Jensen, Marcondes and De Silva. Well, look on the bench and you'd see Norgard, who would be your only really higher rated midfielder of the Brentford group. Up top, Ben Rama, obviously we've mentioned. Very excited to see him back. Don't know how rusty he'll be. Don't know if players as classy as Ben Rama get rusty. I suppose all players get rusty. Marcus Force, who's interesting me greatly now because I suspected he would be third choice. At the moment, he's scored more goals than Ivan Toney. He's appeared in a fair few league minutes and, well, no other striker has come in. So he's actually pushing for first choice now, really, if you look at who's got the shirt, that type of dynamic. And then there's Saman Godos, help me with the pronunciation of that one, who has just come in. You can see the bench there properly. Daniels, Finley Stevens, excuse me, never heard of him. Janssen, Norgard, Toney, strong, Dervishoglu, and Kanyos. So Kanyos, Toney, Norgard, Janssen, Daniels have all been playing in the first team for the Bees this season. Let's just quickly flip back. We'll have a look at some of your comments, see what has been said here. Jay says, that's why I'm so glad Blues went out first round. Don't need that fixture congestion. We all knew that if you won through your first League Cup games, that you would be playing 8 games, by God, in September. I think something mental like that. But there you go. So fair point. Chris asked, do you think Brentford still need to strengthen if Ben Rama stays? Yes, I do. I think whether you think they're weaker or not in the first team, I can't fathom selling a striker for 25 million and replacing them with just one striker for 5 million. That sounds like there's another striker coming. And I've said that for a while. And if you look on the books, you've got Force and Dervisoglu and Toney. Is that a big sort of come down from Watkins last season, who's now playing in the Premier League? So I still think they will. And if Ben Rama goes, then they need to shop quite quickly. However, that window is ever getting closer to closing up, isn't it? Trevor says, not sure I want to put myself through this. Well, Trevor, can't be any worse than Monday, can it, for Fulham? Emmett, does anyone actually care about the EFL Cup anymore? Scrap it. Don't know. Plenty of people watching the show, so I guess they do. Maybe they're just enjoying their football. Anir, hello. Hello, mate. Jamie, hi, Ben. Who do you think is going to win this one? I think Brentford might snatch it. We'll go through the Fulham team and then I'll answer that. Any video of Sean Dice making a few choice words to Sterling last night that the cameras picked up? I haven't seen that. Ryan asked, be interested in getting Dawes' opinion. But as you know, I'm a Blackpool fan. We just signed Jordan Gabriel. I think you're getting quite a good player. He's only been farmed out there because of Cyrus Christie coming in and another right back. Oh, no, left back. A Greek left back came in. Let's have a look at the Fulham team. So Scott Parker will not be happy with what's going on in the first team. So I guess he'll be looking at this as, well, can some fringe players do something to push towards that Fulham first team? Adamola Lookman signed yesterday, I think. So Marek Ruddock. I think he was quite... Actually, Lookman has just come onto my screen there, I think. Yeah, there he is. Must be on the bench. Ruddock, I think he was quite unlucky to lose the shirt, wasn't he? He'd earned it and Areola came in and was given it straight away. So he will state his claim. Not that Areola really did anything particularly wrong. Didn't have much chance with the goals on Monday. Robinson, chance for him to state a claim behind Joe Bryan in the pecking order. Le Marchand. Well, we all saw Tony Khan's silly tweet, frankly, about he's tried to sign loads of centre-backs. Don't know what that does for the confidence of Michael Hector, Tim Ream, Dennis Adoy. But it was rubbish on Monday, wasn't it? Let's just say. So Le Marchand actually came in for Hector, I think. So he'll be thinking he can state a claim. There is Hector, who's been a first teamer since coming in January. Well, I say coming in January. Someone will correct me. I know he actually came in earlier than that, but couldn't play, could he? Because it was outside the transfer window. Jean-Michel Seri and Stefan Johansson. Stefan Johansson, a little bit less mobile than he used to be, if ever he was. There we go. Naskins, Cabano, Josh Onomer. He was great in the run-in last season, wasn't he, Onomer? Really enjoyed how he picked up. Anthony Knockart. It's never really worked with him at Fulham yet, has it? Abubakar Kamara is up top here. Let's have a look at the bench and then I'll come to your comments. So, God, look at those bottom three on the bench there. Goodness. So Fabry is the reserve keeper. Joe Bryan, Dennis Adoy, we're very familiar with. Tyrese Francois is a new one on me. Tom Kenny, Alex Mitrovic, and Ademola Lookman, the new signing, are not new ones on any of us. So certainly a bit of star power on the bench there, let's just say. Let's get to your comments. See what you're saying as the Fulham players come out in a fetching-looking yellow shirt, if I'm allowed to say yellow shirts are fetching, as an Ipswich Town fan. Matthew, legendary subscriber there, Matthew. Is that your son, Matthew? Interesting. Giacomo, I'm even less confident than I was on Monday. God. Fulham fans have been through the ringer this week, haven't they? But we've kept clean sheets in both our cup games. One of them was against Ipswich. That's a nicest guy in jail type situation, isn't it? So I'll be positive and say 1-0 Fulham. There you go. Go on, Giacomo. White Hart Dane. Good evening, sir. I'm going to call you JR, like from Dallas. Jay says, with fixture congestion, you've got to feel sorry for League 1 and 2 clubs. Absolutely, with the EFL Trophy as well. So Ipswich will be playing Gillingham next Wednesday in the EFL Trophy. Fortunately, Ipswich had the sense to get themselves deliberately knocked out by Fulham. There we go. Hamza. Hamza is over on Patreon. Lovely stuff. Nice to see you, sir. Evening, Ben. Brentford taking down the two clubs who pipped them to promotion. 1 down, 1 to go. Absolutely. Hamza is a Baggies fan. Sky have just flashed up the formation. They have Tariq Fosa at right back as well. I must confess, when they've played their League Cup games, Rico Henry has played right back, obviously their left back. So, yeah, all signs point to it going in that direction, don't they? White Hardane hadn't realised that Lookman had been loaned out. Yes, he arrived yesterday. Pepito Bie, bonjour à tous. Bonjour. Charlie says, no AFL Cup, but reports are Macclesfield have been banished from the National League. Banished indeed. Poor old Macca. Hip is here. Hello, sir. JR put a few quid on 2-2 for fun. See, that was my hope, that both managers would say to their sides, look, go out, impress me. You can't really lose. Score some goals. Play well. I'm not going to yell at you. And all's going to be well. Wow. Lovely view from the stand at Brentford there, the new stadium. Looking over at the Dell building, which might interest Derby County fans. I think is it the A40 or the A4? That road running along there into central London past Kew Gardens and Chiswick. Ethan Pinnock, he must be the captain. He appears to be doing the team talk there. Is he wearing the captain's armband? So, here we go. It is Brentford versus Fulham in the League Cup. Hang around. Should be good fun. Two teams we've covered a lot on the channel and a lot of players we know. Nice to see Ben Rama. First look at Godos. And can Fulham be any worse than they were on Monday? I wouldn't have thought so. Everybody takes a knee. And it looks like we are ready to go. Do you see the England squad announced? How the hell does Winks keep getting selected? He must have some dirt on Southgate. Who knows? The West Way. Is that what it's called? Probably. We have kicked off there. Big diagonal ball by Sørensen. And Godos is chasing that one. Looking to get his first touch. In Brentford colours. Brentford 0, Fulham 0, 20 seconds in. Let's enjoy this one. Keep your comments coming. Anthony Robinson, long throw in for Fulham and knocked forward by Pinnock. That's going to go all the way through to Ruddock, who, as I say, I think is slightly unlucky to not have the shirt in the Fulham goal. Fulham nearly getting caught out playing out from the back there. Immediately. Goodness me. Thoughts on Forest sporting director in custody with criminal organisation ties and also intent to break the law. I will have to read up on that. Obviously, I could get myself in all sorts of trouble if I talk about that without knowing anything about it, Lewis. So if you fancy DMing me, whatever your source is for that, I will have a read up on that. Doesn't sound good, though, if true. Danish TV sucking again for JR. Here come Fulham and Onuma. Played out wide. Here's Knockout, who will inevitably be coming on his left foot. 1v1 with Thompson. He's gone on his right foot just to shut me up. And the cross goes out for a goal kick. Interesting times here on the channel. Just having a look up at the schedule. I was due to be prepared for the live stream preview for the weekend tonight. However, because of this Watchalong, I put a poll out, which maybe I'll bring up, which said most people would like to see that tomorrow at 4. So we're going to do the championship preview tomorrow at 4. We'll give the people what they want. And then we're watch-alonging tomorrow night. Who are we watching? Coventry and Bournemouth. And then, I think, shall we give you a world exclusive announcement? I will be at Norwich versus Derby at the stadium on Saturday. So look out for some coverage of that. Our lovely Patreons here, Hamza and JR will, sorry if there's anyone, Charlie's in there as well, will testify to the fact that the Patreons last time got a behind closed doors match experience. So we're doing that on them for Patreons only there. Ask the ref to pause the game. I've just got home. Go and get yourself sorted out, Hamza, then come and join us, fella. Let's be prepared and shout out the stream sponsor. Set Piece Goals Limited. Love it. We haven't had one in a while, have we, Jay? Although it's not a championship game. Terrible, isn't it? Lewis, right, he's DM'd me. I'll take a look at that in a minute. Hey, Ben and everyone. Hey, QPR Forever. QPR Forever can't lose here, can he? Either Fulham or Brentford are going to lose. Some West London rival is going to be losing. Todd asked Ben's score prediction. Let's go for a 3-2 to Brentford because that will entertain me no end. Here's Ben Rama, who's entertained me no end for much of the time we've been doing the channel here. We'll be very sorry to see him go if he does. Here's Jensen Thompson, who is playing left back. Yes. So Fosu is playing right back. Daz asked my prediction. We'll go, what did I say? 3-2 Brentford. A game that Derby cannot afford to lose if they want to keep Koku on board. Indeed. And I should be able to get into the press conference. So should be able to get at least a question into Mr. Koku. If anyone wants to DM me anything they want to hear from the very charismatic and handsome but not performing very well Derby County manager. How many did Derby lose by on Saturday? Hope you don't curse us like Leeds. I don't think I have a bad record watching Derby. I'm trying to think back the last times I saw Derby play. Possibly, I saw them play against Fulham. That might be the most recently, and they drew 1-1. I saw them beat Barnsley when Rooney made his debut. I don't know if I've been since. So that's 4 points from the last two. I tell you what, though, at Norwich, the press box is quite close. So you should be able to hear the players. I am fascinated to hear what Wayne Rooney's actually saying, how he's positioning other people and whether he is. I think he's a talker, isn't he? I think that would be great. This would have been a sellout if fans could go. Absolutely. A free pass for this game. There you go. For fans of West London. A prediction for Liverpool-Arsenal. That is later on. Lots of reserves and a Liverpool win, I suggest. Live stream for the Norwich game. I need to do a few more press box gigs first to see whether that is actually acceptable, whether I'm allowed to do that, and also whether or not the Wi-Fi at Norwich will actually take it, because it's quite hard to live stream. So no, but there we go. I was at the Leeds game under Lampard when you was there in the playoffs. Incredible scenes, wasn't it? Just Rooney won't play on Saturday. Is he injured? Warburton said in his pre-match we were very close to 2 or 3 Sunderlands at last. Good. Give me some names, QPR forever. Right, let me just focus in on this for a second. Hector into Steph Johansson. Fed through from Seri to Onoma. And back with Hector. Knockout. Nice little ball around the corner there. Looking for Camera. Given away by the powerful Camera up front. Marcondes trying to play Ben Rama through, but wildly overhits that pass. 0-0. 6 minutes gone. It's hard for these not to feel like friendlies, isn't it? But nice. Not very frenetic and lots of time on the ball, let's just say. Thank you for that, Lewis. A 4-5-1 he's expecting Derby to come out with. Looking forward to Josviak. Haven't seen him play. Haven't seen anyone play in the flesh if they don't play for Reading or Barnsley. Do you know anyone who is streaming the Liverpool-Arsenal game, Ben? I do not. No, I will be done. Nick says, when are you and Jack doing a video again? Well, if we don't do a Reeve and Bloom, we'll definitely get Jack on Ask Away, Nick, on the Wednesday nights. We had Ben HD on last night. We had Conor McGilligan on the week before. We should be able to get some good guests in there. Stacey says, Derby lost the last game. I was at the same game as you. Wembley 2019. Yes. I was there at the playoff final in Wembley 2019. See if I remember. It's Villa 2, Derby 1. Who scored? El Ghazi, McGinn, and Marriott. Am I right? I can't remember. Too many football matches. I'm very lucky. I've been to too many playoff finals as well. Here's Cabano. Looks like he got barged over there by Godos there, who has his look of innocence pegged down. First time seeing Godos. Yeah, just body checked Cabano there. Cabano getting his body in the way. Hello, Anir. Yes, Daz, we've got lots of England games, and I will be doing the England games. What have we got? We've got England-Wales on Thursday. We have got England-Belgium on Sunday. And we've got England-Denmark on Wednesday. In the absence of Championship, I may well do all of those. There you go, Stacey. Got it. Why don't you bring loyal subscribers onto Ask Away? Wednesday live streamers. Oh, free kick against the post there. Up and over the wall by Knockout, I think, with the left foot. Raya diving to his right there. Closest anybody has come thus far. Great effort there from the free kick. Oh, I got it wrong. Cabano there. I took my eyes off that. With the right foot, I just assumed Knockout would have been taking it. Cabano, oh, he's unlucky there. Absolute free kick machine at the end of the last season. Unlucky not to give the lead to Fulham in this one. Fulham hitting the post early on there through Naiskin's Cabano. Anir was asking about bringing subscribers on. Yes, in principle, Anir, I would love to. However, there are a couple of sides to that, and I'll be very, very honest, and I love all of you subscribers, especially you ones that comment all the time. There is the issue of internet and whether it's stable or not. We had Ben HD drop a couple of times last night. There's the issue of lighting and picture. And then there's just the issue of quality, is that as much as I know you guys know what you're talking about, it's doing a little bit of practice and chatting and making sure and me having built up my channel to where it is now, I need to know who I'm putting on and whether they're going to say anything that gets me into trouble, because it'll be me that gets into trouble. So it's trickier than you would imagine, Annie, but obviously in an ideal world, I would love to. Yes. QPR Forever says, hoping Adoma, Bond from Charlton, and agree a fee with Benfica for Chris Willock. He's got names for me. There we go. Adoma is the championship guru. Speaking of that game, Stacey was just mentioning, Adoma played in that, didn't he, for Villa? Promoted with a couple of different teams there. De Silva comes out. Surely he was fouled there by Camera chasing after him. Referees brought the yellow out for that. Obvious pullback. So, yeah, fair call. Silly from Camera, really. He's covering players there, and he's just got himself in the book for not a lot, really. Yellow card for Abubakar Kamara there. Fair cop. Yes, they will, Annie, give a good insight of their club. Absolutely. That's the cornerstone of this channel, isn't it? I'm glad I don't work with Villa fans. Wouldn't have heard the end of those playoffs. Yes, I was at all of those games, including, Hamza, I'm sure you were there, the penalty shootout. Here comes Ben Rama. Oh, he got caught there. Oh, and then surely a handball after that. Aina could have conceded 2 penalties there. I'd be interested to see the replays of both of those. Certainly in VAR land, that really looked like it hit Aina's hand. And we know accidental isn't a thing anymore, is it? Or, deliberate, whatever. And it also did look like Aina caught Ben Rama as he turned inside him then. If Sky's director will give us a replay. All I remember the playoff final is Keo Zamora. The end of the, what would that have been? The 2013-14 playoff final? Richard Keogh failing to clear. QPR down to 10 men in that game. And Bobby Zamora with the winning goal. Bobby Zamora, a playoff guru legend. Check out my playoff final videos. Here's Marcondes striding forward. He's into the corner of the box, just slowed down by Lamarchand. And Robinson very coolly comes and takes it off him. And Fulham will clear. Not very well, though, by Lamarchand. Swept up by Matthias Jensen. And then he gives it away. Little bit messy. Nicholas is enjoying the content. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Very happy to have you here. Lewis is talking about Kasper Jonker. Derby bid for a 26-year-old Danish striker. Well, JR will be able to tell you about that. 12 goals in 14 for Bodo Glimt. Also scored for Milan last week. Or against Milan. Yes, as JR adds in. Interesting. Sounds good. Certainly prolific at that level. What's my opinions on Mike Dean? I tweeted a picture of Keith Stroud today. Thought that was quite good fun. Check out my Twitter. Our good friend of the channel, Mr. Dorr, the Forest YouTuber, tweeted a picture of Stroud saying he was doing Forest's game over the weekend. I can't remember who Forest are playing. Someone tell me in the chat. I just put good luck with that. My opinions on Mike Dean. Who was asking? Daz. Very quickly, Daz, I've got a super chat, so I'm going to come back to your question, buddy. Johnny J, thank you so much. A $4.99 super chat. He says, Leeds for the top 4? Question mark. Well, I don't think so. Please don't rescind your super chat there because of me saying that. But the start's been great. And we now understand a little bit more because we got 2-4-3 games in a row, didn't we? We now understand a bit more with the 1-0. So, but I think, John, that you'll be happy surely with anywhere between sort of 10th and 15th for a first season. But, hey, finish as high as you can. Here comes Ben Rama in off the left onto that right foot. Hits the shot early, blocked by Knockhart. Marcondes threw himself in. They went down, didn't win a free kick on the edge of the box. Daz had asked my opinions on Mike Dean. Obviously, during the championship, we don't actually see him that often. I saw him ref Birmingham v Leeds. Would have been, I think, about April or maybe March 2019. And he was superb in that last game of his I saw. So, yeah, he may be a bit, what's the word? Brash. Long ball forward. Here's Godos into the box. Chests it down, gets the shot off on the half volley, but cannot direct it anywhere near the goal. Nice first touch in the first instance. Got the chest down, but the angle was really steep. We're now seeing a replay here. Nicely behind Robinson. Really good chest trap. Couldn't control the shot at all and get that on target. Here is Ethan Pinnock. I'm going to answer that in a second. Thoughts on Roy Keane versus Jurgen Klopp? Well, remember, you're talking to an Ipswich fan here, and Roy Keane managed the team. Absolutely pathetic manager for Ipswich, Roy Keane. Awful. But Roy Keane was a brilliant player, so I respect him greatly for being a great player. But it was kind of nice to see a pundit who's very outspoken, who was frankly a crap manager, being taken to a task by a really good manager. So I quite enjoyed it because it's nice to see Keane get shut up because, yes, he was an amazing player, but he's there, he's criticising lots of other managers when if we went with a fine-tooth comb through some of his decisions at Ipswich, well, yeah, let's just leave it at that. Don't have much time for Roy Keane criticising other managers after the job he did at Ipswich, let's just say. It didn't work. Here is Pinnock playing out of the back. Big booming left football. Terrible pass. Out it goes. Lewis says, Derby finally using data for transfers. Really? I'd have thought they would have been doing that for ages. Or was it just old Mel Morris picking out his favourite championship players and signing them all for millions over the last few years? Looks like Samuel is staying as well, despite another late bid from Rangers and Bruges. QPR Forever, if you're still in the chat, tell me, what number do you think it takes? Because I think they've turned down 5.75 million, haven't they? What number do you think it takes? What number would you sell for Bright Samuel? Nice touch by Thompson. Plays that one inside. And Brentford go all the way home, so I'll take another question in the chat here. JR says, for some reason, Arsenal supporters always accuse Dean of being pro-Spurs. He supports Tranmere. Yes, he does. And he likes to make sure he's on camera whenever we see him at a Tranmere game. Here's Jensen coming forward into the centre circle. Plays it on to De Silva. Nice little step over. Well, he waited for Fosu. Fosu then checked his run and Cabano just got in front and nicked it away. Come on, guys. We need some more quality. There's enough good players on this pitch here. Dear oh me. What do I think of Brentford's new stadium? Yeah, it looks great. I cannot wait to go and watch a football match in there like most of us. I think it's great for Brentford as well. As much as Griffin Park, we all loved it. They want to go forward as a club. They need more seats. They need more facilities. They need more money coming in. So good on you, Brentford. And it looks great, doesn't it? Camera angle's certainly better. Leeds defence isn't stable enough for top four. Diego Llorente now in the Leeds defensive roster there, as they would say in American sport. Godos, De Silva, Benrahma. Miscontrolled. And a free kick conceded, I think, by force there. Hamza had Leeds 10th in his predictions. Nice. Leeds could get Europa League if all goes well. And Ryan Sessegnon on loan would be excellent for Leeds. I love Ryan Sessegnon. Ryan Sessegnon in Jokanović's Fulham 17-18 team was a joke, wasn't he? He was brilliant. Shame it's been wasted at Spurs, hasn't he? Done nothing. Really shame. Good player. Very good player. 10 to 12 for Leeds is realistic. Fulham, Burnley and West Ham. Hamza's bottom three there. Free kick won by Camara. And Mark Condes gets his last warning for kicking the ball away there. Ref making that very, very obvious. John says 3 home wins in the EFL Cup tonight. What are the other fixtures? It's Arsenal, no, Liverpool and Arsenal, isn't it? What's the other one? Stoke and... Stoke still in it? I think they are. Stoke and Villa? I can't think. Should we bring the split screen up? Have a little look. What do we got here? Yeah, Villa Stoke. So it's Brentford Fulham tonight. Villa Stoke and Liverpool versus Arsenal. So yeah, 3 home wins. Mightn't be a bad shout. And here, we'd put Leeds 9th. Wolves will regain form. Everton look decent. Agree on all counts there. Hit the like button. Yes. Why don't you while you're here? And you can support via Super Chat like Johnny J did. Patreon like Hamza and Charlie who are in the chat have done so. I'm sure there's others. Shout now if you're a Patreon there. We'll give you a shout out. Here's camera. Miles out. Thought he was going to have a shot then. Nicely delayed. Here's Iain. Can't beat the first man. It's not really started particularly well for me. The Fulham right back. Don't know a lot about him, to be honest. Johansson goes home to Michael Hector. Ola Aina. A 23-year-old Nigerian right back for Fulham. Anyone knows anything more about him? Played in Serie A last season, it would appear, for Torino, says SofaScore. I didn't know that. Don't worry. All the information is at my fingers. 8 to 10 million. Yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it? You'd sell for that, wouldn't you? Reinvest. In my opinion, Martin Atkinson is a terrible way. Is this Martin Atkinson referee in this game? I try not to learn their names, and then they annoy me less. The only one I know is Keith Stroud. Ben Rama, taking instructions from Thomas Frank. Come on. How many of us thought we'd even see Ben Rama in a Brentford shirt again? Unbelievable scenes. Ashley says, who I think is underrated in the Championship. Well, anyone who watches the channel, Ashley, knows my feelings on the word underrated. I'm all about the facts and the figures and the context. So you'd have to tell me what somebody said that would say someone is, I suppose what you're saying, underrated players who we don't know about yet, maybe. What about Tyrese Dolan? Blackburn, right winger. He's looking great, isn't he? Should we go for him? If that's underrated. And he's going. He's going to be back. See you later. Brentford moving the ball better than Fulham at the moment, says Liam. Martin Atkinson has got Villa Liverpool on Sunday. Interesting. Is this Martin Atkinson? Someone will tell me in the chat, won't they? Synchro. Afternoon, Ben. Thanks for all the great content. You are welcome. Thank you for watching. Love it. Root. Who looks like they're going to win this game so far? Nobody. That doesn't mean that nobody's going to win this game. I suppose we, on the basis that Fulham have hit the frame of the goal from a free kick, not really from pattern of play, but I think I agree with the commenter that maybe Brentford are moving the ball slightly better. But there we go. Johnny J, long-serving Patreon. Shout out to you, sir. Trevor, shout out to you. We love our Patreons. I can't remember everybody's names, and then some people have different names on YouTube than they do there. So please don't be upset if I missed you off. But thank you very, very much. Could not do it without you. Literally. Here comes Fosu down the right-hand side. Well marshalled there by Anthony Robinson. Jensen switches to play. Good ball. Thompson is in behind Aina, who I'm not very high on, I have to say. Gets the cross in, flips up. Fosu's going to recycle it, lays it back to De Silva, shifts it, hits it left foot. Oh, unlucky. That could have been the classic Josh De Silva goal that we've seen a million times on the channel here. Left foot, edge of the box, either comes onto it, hits it first time, or makes a yard and hits it. That's exactly what he does. It's quite poor from Honor, actually. Dives in to the tackle, needs to stand him up, show him his right foot. And that's unlucky. Ruddock is beaten there. Just curled around the post by De Silva. We've seen him score many, many times from those positions. Breakout season last season for Josh De Silva. Not to be confused with Jay De Silva of Bristol City, another very talented left-sided, left-footed championship player. Raya is going to have the restart, so we'll dip back into the comments here. Wish Sessegnon had stayed at Fulham. Spurs never seem to play him. Fair enough if they do play him. Oh, far enough forward if they do play him at all, yeah. Thank you again to Trevor and Johnny J, long-standing patrons. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Wide now. Benrahma's got a bit of space, and I would fancy him against this right back all day, I have to say. Sounds like I'm being mean, but prove me wrong, hey? Iain, Fulham right back. Nice ball switched from centre to right by Jensen. Thompson exchanges passes with De Silva. And now Godos has it. Can he dribble? Well, if he can, he didn't there. Fulham, nice shape. And Brentford go back to Sørensen. Across to Thompson, who flips that one forward to Marcondes. And Hector clears for Fulham. Camera has come really, really short. There's nobody up top for Fulham. We know there's a guy who can do that on the bench, don't we? Do I think Brentford will hold on to Benrahma? It's not in Brentford's hands, is it? Which sounds silly. Is someone going to come up with the money? Are they in a position to say no if someone doesn't come up with the money? And if they do say no, is he going to be a happy chappy staying there? Because we've seen the Norwich players where there seems to have been a bit of a falling out with Campbell and Farker calling them out in the press, how well that goes over with the squad. So I think if someone comes in for Benrahma for around the same money as Watkins, he's gone. But he could stay. We've seen Sarr playing and Josh King playing for Bournemouth and for Watford. So yeah, it could happen. Could happen. Free kick in and Brentford are offside. I know, what a waste. They signed a left-back from Real Madrid who is only good at attacking and crap at defending. Sessegnon has top-level potential and great anticipation as well for a left-back. Yeah, and considering how the full-back position has developed, even since Sessegnon's been playing, you think he'd be perfect. Send him to Liverpool to be understudy to Andy Robertson. There, he'd be perfect, wouldn't he? Dearie me. Maybe just a bit small defensively if he gets isolated by certain teams targeted in the air, but he's survived long enough in the game, hasn't he? Played wide to Robinson from Onoma. Onoma has it back. Johansson to Hector to Onoma. And they've turned it over, but they've won it back. And it's all the way back with Hector. Did I ever see Alan McDonald play for Rangers? Ben, a warrior and a true leader. Yeah, and I believe he's no longer with us anymore, Alan McDonald, is he? Very sad. I obviously saw him play on the TV. Northern Ireland International was Alan McDonald. Certainly a great player. Don't think I saw him in the flesh, I have to say. If I did, it would have been early years of the Premier League watching Ipswich. Can't remember, honestly. Can't remember. Is it John Moss? I'm not sure. Do you know what? I could look it up, couldn't I? Did they tell me the referee on SofaScore? Doesn't look like they do. Unimportant. Is it John Moss? Who knows? Not me. How you can accuse him is a mystery. Could you please say up the treetops? I don't know what that means. I hope it's nothing bad that you're going to clip. Champions League draw. Yes, that was earlier on, wasn't it? Get your thoughts in on that. David Raya has the ball. We're half an hour in. Charlie says gets to watch the whole stream as he finished work earlier. Nice one, Charlie. Let's just throw up because Charlie's in. Charlie is our fan sponsor of the live watch-alongs this season. Oh, here come Fulham. Knockout into the box. Hits it with the right foot going to try and catch Raya on the near post. Hits it wide. Rare for Knockout to not come in on the left foot there. Raya holds his hand up, apologises. He tries to kick the ball. Oh, God, that's dreadful. Out of his hands and gives it straight back to Fulham in the midfield. I think to Seri. It went via Onima and then Camera straight out to Knockout. He was into the box. And it was the game, wasn't it? When you have a quite one-footed player, the game of, well, go on then. Take it on your right foot. And he called their bluff and hit the shot. Side netting there, Raya apologising. Raya is the captain, actually. I saw Pinnock doing the sort of team talk in the huddle. Raya is the captain, but not in the first team in the league so far this season. How strange. Interesting management by Thomas Frank. Hi, hope your day's good, says NFFC Forever. Hello. Hope everyone's had a good day in the chat. Yeah, good point. Ashley says, what do I think about Rodrigo Riquelme to Bournemouth? I thought Reading literally had him in the hotel next to the ground. Has he been hijacked? Is this a championship? God, who was it? Oh, went from, was it Willian, who was literally in the hotel agreeing terms with Spurs and then went off and signed for Chelsea, went to another part of London, sent a car for him and off he went. So, yeah, I don't know about that, Ashley. Hello, Ben. Thoughts on Ademola Lookman joining Fulham on loan? Looked as a good sub for Everton. Well, I've always liked Ademola Lookman, John, since I saw him play for Charlton against Ipswich in 2015-16. Does that sound about right timeline? I think Charlton got relegated that season. Were they down 2 seasons and then up in 18-19? I think he went and played abroad, didn't he, Lookman, before he came back to Everton? Look, it's a body in the building. We all know they need defenders, and Tony Khan has made it fairly obvious they need defenders. But yeah, I think Lookman's a good signing. It's John Moss. Okay. As long as it's not Keith Stroud, we're all right, aren't we, hey, Daz? What are my thoughts on Fulham's ownership? Well, this is obviously in the wake of the silly tweet from Mr. Tony Khan on Monday night. I feel a little bit sorry for Tony Khan because I think his heart was in the right place. Obviously, he's reacting to a bad defeat and he feels guilt towards the fans and what have you. However, when Jamie Carragher sort of eviscerated him on Sky, I was sort of nodding along thinking, well, yeah, keep that indoors. Maybe don't get involved. Recruitment maybe is something that should be done privately and let the manager manage. So, yeah. Cross swung in there. Marcondes on the back post and Fulham have got that clear. Here is Force with Seri. It's Marcondes and he's put it in the net. But the whistle has already gone. What happened there then? So Force and Seri are tangling. The ball goes. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, Force. He's on the floor and it hits his hand. So yeah, clear handball there in that one. Oh yeah, in terms of the Fulham ownership, it's been very mixed, hasn't it? Because obviously they did really well. And forgive me, I don't know exactly when the Khans started off as Fulham owners, but under Jokanovic, did really well to get up after, I think the parachutes had finished, hadn't they? So, or had they? No, maybe they were just on the last year, possibly. Fulham fans, let me know in the chat if that's the case. I can't quite add that up, put that together. And then obviously there was this silly load of signings for tons of money that hadn't got them up, and then Jokanovic getting sacked. That was silly. But then they got promoted in one season, didn't they? And they gave him Mitrovic on a new contract. They gave him Hector and Harrison Reed and Knockaert and Cavaliero and Onuma. So that was good. We'll see how good they are this season, won't we? Played into the channel here. Hector gives a big shout to Iain, and it looks like they've given it away. Force slides in and wins it. De Silva, good ball. Excellent pass by Benrahma out to Godos. Looking for Benrahma again. Let it run to Force. That's a brilliant goal. 1-0 Brentford. And Force is putting more pressure on Ivan Toney here. Lightning quick attack there by Brentford. Really nice link up with Benrahma and Godos. And Force, that's now his third of the season here. Initially, Force wins it with a slide tackle on halfway. De Silva, great first time pass by Benrahma. Benrahma then shows for it. It's played into the middle. It's a really good finish by Marcus Force there. I don't think Godos is actually trying to find him. I think he's trying to find Benrahma. Does Benrahma get a shout? Doesn't look like it. I think it's ahead of Benrahma. But Force proper smashes it home there. And he's really putting pressure on Ivan Toney, isn't he? That's 3-1 now for Marcus Force. Get your thoughts in on, can he actually take the shirt off of Ivan Toney here, the £5 million signing? Lovely goal. As Barry Davies would say, lovely goal. 1-0 to Brentford here. Marcus Force there. Very quick counter-attack. Get your thoughts in on that one. Ashley says, defending is off, but take nothing away from Brentford. Brilliant goal. Yeah, agreed. What a great goal, says Charlie. What a goal. 1-0. Booth. Yes, too many things to juggle. Fulham, AEW and the NFL team. Yes, lots of fingers in lots of pies, these very wealthy sports magnates, the Khans. Good goal by Force. Important too if we want to see 4 or more goals in this one. Tremendous. Yes, we do. Mark says, hey, Ben, do you think Said Benrahma will be moving to the Prem or will he be staying in the Championship? This is the $64,000 question, isn't it? We don't know. We don't know who's going to bid what. And it's weird, isn't it? Because you'd say, oh, Brentford are in a good position. They're financially stable. They're functioning well. They've already sold one player and had a load of money come in. But the point I raised still stands. Yeah, you can keep Benrahma and say no to all the bids. But do you then have an unhappy star player who didn't want to be there? I get the feeling there was some tacit agreement last season that, remember with like Ferguson and Cristiano Ronaldo, you come and play another year for me, and then I'll sell you. So, come on, Trev, hang in there, buddy. He says Wolves next with a laughing face. Remember, this is not the Fulham first team. Camara in behind there, tried to chest it down. He's been pulled down by Pinnock, who's in trouble here. He's probably going to get a yellow, I would have thought. Camara says, "Wow." Have a look at this. Chests it down. Oh, it's a hand on the back, and Camara goes down. Strapping bloke like him. Oh, he hasn't got the free kick at all. He's either offside or handballed it. Who knows? We should now be receiving the Stoke City teams. They're also in action tonight. Our representing the Championship. Let's see what sort of a team they've put out. 8 changes for Stoke. Let's see. Davies, Collins, Suter, Martin Zindi, Brown, Mikel, Thompson, Powell, Timon, Vokes, Campbell starting for Stoke. being impartial, I do enjoy AEW. The other two, not so much. So you should stick to the wrestling. That's Raya, who's not had the best game. Boots it out of play there. Although, he's on a clean sheet, isn't he? FC Midtjylland qualified for the Champions League. So more money for Matthew Benham, I guess. Don't know whether Brentford will benefit from this. Well, in some ways, it all goes into the same pot, doesn't it? As we were discussing with the Pozzos and Watford and Udinese. Here's Robinson. 40 minutes gone. Coming forward from the left-back position. Looked like he got a tug. Well played by referee Moss there. And a terrible pass by Abubakar. Camera, as Mitrovic pulls his sock up a little bit further, thinking, why don't you give me a few minutes in this one, boss? Liam says, Tony greater than Force. A shot from distance there by Camera, who's not had a very good couple of minutes, has he? Deary, deary me. Daz asked, let me just read Ashley's comment there. Brentford don't need to sell Ben Rama. I think they can get him to stay one more year just to see if they can go up. That would be desirable, wouldn't it? Here's the Villa team, Daz is asking. Steer, Guibert, El Mohammadi, Hauser, Taylor, Lansbury, Nakamba, Ramsey, Traore, Davis, El Ghazi. So pretty much a second team. Here come Brentford, forced to Marcondes down the right-hand side. Blocked out by Lamarchand. Fulham 1-0 down in this one and defending. Attacking throw-in here. Sorensen's going over. Is he going to toss this one into the box? Looks like he is. Super playing out from the back. Brentford have obviously decided that Fulham are weak from defensive set plays and they're going to toss this one in long. Sorensen. Here he comes from the right-hand side. Into the middle of the box there. Big long throw. Benrahma jumped underneath it. Marcondes headed it. But there was an infraction somewhere. I don't know what it was. Was it a foul throw after all of that? Wow. What a waste of everybody's time. Deary, deary me. Must have been a foul throw, mustn't it? 43 gone. Coming up half-time in this one. Another attacking throw here. Are they going to give Sorensen another go? Looks like they are. See if he can do this without foul throwing at this. They've already got something planned. I think Brentford are quite famously have set play coaches and things of that nature. So let's see what they can come up with this time. Let's see if Sorensen can not foul throw it. In it goes. Pinnock up there. And it's gone all the way through to Ruddock. What a glorious waste of time. Here is Hector. Outside of the foot, out to Iain. I think all will be well at Fulham, says Plucky. If they get their next managerial appointment right, get one centre back in. They employed Kit Simons first and were carried by McCormack. Then Jukanovic worked wonders. Interesting. That's on the ownership at Fulham. Godos right down in his own corner flag. Trying to get it clear. And it looks like he's won a throw-in. Not a lot of flow to this game, is there? Dear oh me. That was a fine pronunciation of Midtjylland, by the way. Did I say it the same as I said it before? I suspect my European pronunciations are fairly inconsistent. Ben, do you think Ben Rama's video stopped Leeds' interest in him? No, I wouldn't have thought so. Things like that wouldn't bother someone like Marcelo Bielsa. I think he looks at the player, he looks at the numbers, He looks at his own system and how it would fit. I think those things bother fans a lot more than... Oh, speaking of Benrahma, lovely reverse ball through the lines there to De Silva. But no, I wouldn't think that would bother anyone. Oh, here is Benrahma into the box. Rabona by Benrahma. And it is cleared there. Turning the style on there for a second. Old Saeed, if you've got it, hey? Hector. Lamarchand. Robinson. Marcus Force. Good press there from him. On the score sheet again. Third of the season. Hey. To Millmore 1. John says, interesting on Midtjylland. I work for a Danish company and my boss, being a football fan, mentioned that Brentford isn't thought highly over there and Frank as a coach isn't liked either. Interesting. Do I think England will win the group for the Nations League, says Daz. Well, when's that Belgium game? Sunday. We do watch along on Sunday and I'll tell you after that, yeah? Thomas Frank isn't liked for his approach of projects and plans. He needed to deliver results and performances straight away, but couldn't. Plus, they view him as arrogant too. Deary me. Camera plays Cabano away. 1v1 with Pinnock. Loads of Brentford shirts swarming back. Still gets the crossover looking for knockout. They've cleared it. Here is Camera. Oh, decent effort actually there. Raya had a good look at this one and throws himself to his left, but Camera, who's not had the best first half, cannot hit the target. And it is half-time, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 to Brentford. Nice goal. Force winning it in the first instance inside the centre circle. Then it was a nice exchange of passes, I have to say. Benrahma, I think, knocked it out to Ghoddos. Benrahma continued the run. Ghoddos tried to find him. I think he didn't hit the pass as he wanted it to, but it goes through to Force, who's continued his run. It's a really good finish. Smashes it in with his right foot to Ruddock's left. Nice goal. Get your thoughts in on the first half. I'm going to have a look at some of the numbers and we'll see if the numbers match up with our eye test, which we seem to constantly have to do here on the channel. Always good to have a mix of both, isn't it? Who's that at the door? Are you coming in, darling? Shaylee is here, and it is half time, darling.
Is it?
It is half time. Let's bring her into the chat. Do you want to sit on my knee or something, darling? You going to sit down? So this is Shaylee's, what do we call this segment?
Half-baked? I don't know.
Shaylee's half-baked predictions.
I can't do it this way.
You can't do it that way. Okay, you do it that way. If anyone's got any questions for Shaylee, get them in the chat. This is always a popular segment. We're watching, let's throw this up for you, Brentford versus Fulham.
Okay, well.
And it is, do you want to see it on the big screen so you can see it a bit clearer? It's 1-0 to Brentford.
Oh.
And
What kind of support for them?
I know, yeah. The numbers are fairly even, though. So someone pointed out in the chat that I always push you for a winner, but you can say it's going to be a draw. So Shaylee, I think, is 4 for 4. And I can't remember what games we've done. You definitely got Leeds to beat Sheffield United, correct?
Yeah.
You got, I can't even remember. I can't remember what we've done, darling.
The thing is with this one is that the other ones I was completely impartial, but this one I want Fulham to win.
Why do you want Fulham to win?
Because I like going there.
You like Putney, don't you? Yeah. So are you going to give like a quite complex prediction that despite losing 1-0, Fulham are going to be winning in 45 minutes?
Or they might equalise.
Yeah. So what are you saying, draw?
I'm going to go equalise at one.
You're going to go draw. Let's see if there's any questions have come up for you. Got Huddersfield correct. Yes, you did, didn't you? It's definitely 4 in a row, for sure. Jake wants it to be called Daily Shaley. I think you said that.
It's not every day.
Yeah, that's a reasonable point.
But he has got Jon Snow as his picture.
Jon Snow if anyone's watched the new Netflix thing, because we were considering watching that the other day with Kit Harington, Jon Snow in it.
I'm tired.
You're tired, my darling. Shaley, are you now? We know you're a Mickey Mouse fan because you literally have Disney stuff on everything. Are you a Donald Duck fan?
I'm an everything Disney fan.
Everything Disney fan. There you go. So, no, Gazza. To say Shaley is not a Donald Duck fan would be incorrect. She is a Donald Duck fan. Chris has come back at halftime. I always read them. Up the bees. John says, no one really likes Brentford either, so we're all Fulham, aren't we?
You'll get in trouble. You have to say, no, lots of people like Brentford.
Well, you like Brentford because we went to Kew Garden before when I took you to Brentford.
Okay, yeah, that was fun. We had pizza.
Can you duck down? I think JR has got 2-2 on his bet, so I think he wanted you to say 2-2. That's not a new recurring cough, is it?
No, I've shouted all day. No,
I haven't seen Shaley since about 7.
This is what you did. Can I do an impression of you this morning? Well, you very kindly bought me a coffee, but you just went, here's your coffee. I'm going to go back to bed for 30 minutes. How long did you actually go back to bed for?
29 minutes.
That's not true because I left
You are fake news. I am fake news. Charlie says, difficult half again for Fulham. Brentford deserved the lead. And next goal important. Hey, Shaley, nice to see you. When is the EFL Cup next round? I don't know, because they fitted everything in and then Champions League starts again. It's a blurry picture.
Can I go now?
No.
Oh.
You're staying. Lots to like about Brentford. They have a plan. Actually, right, Shaley's going to give us her view on the goal here. So in the first instance, Stripes win it. And then look at this. So one pass there. That was a good pass. Now, I think he's trying to pass it to him.
He is.
But it actually goes to him. But
that was like an accidental good pass.
Yeah. But the shot was...
He definitely wasn't trying to get it to the second person, though.
Okay. So Godos wasn't trying to... So, but look at the goal. Look at... Really nice finish, wasn't it? Yeah?
Can we watch one more time?
Yeah, sure.
No, totally missed. I don't know.
So Godos is
He looks at that guy.
Ben Rama.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Shaley, I think, agrees with me that Godos tries to pass it to Ben Rama.
It was a great goal. And the guy that did actually kicked it.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like Paul Merson likes it as well on the telly box. This is the telly box that Shaley bought me for my birthday. Thank you, Dan.
That's okay.
You tired?
I'm sleepy.
So can we have dinner in about what time is it? In about 50 minutes?
If I'm still awake.
Sure. The goal did look a bit accidental, but it was a good shot nevertheless. Agreed. Nothing personal, Fulham fans.
The actual goal wasn't accidental because the guy that kicked it into the goal.
No, but the pass leading up to it
so you got to be careful
wasn't it? So yeah, there's 45 minutes of this left. So what are we saying? 6:25. It's going to be a bit later than I thought.
It is later than you thought, yeah.
See you, Shaley. That was Shaley's half-baked predictions, and she's predicted this is going to be a draw, and she is 4 for 4 using her incredibly scientific method of predicting football matches, which is probably the same way I would predict horses to win at horse racing. Pick the one I like the look of the most. Have you ever hit up Unit 17, says Jim. What's Unit 17? Is that a nightclub? It's the week before Christmas. That sounds like the start of a... it was the night before Christmas, a proverb. Not a proverb. A kind of Christmas story thing. 1-1, says Daz. November. Thank you. Now I know what you're talking about. The week before, when the next EFL Cup round is. Okay. It's a club in Ipswich. Was it Hollywood's or was it Liquid? let me know. Because I've probably hit it up under a different name in the last 2 decades. Ben, I know you're not a big gambling man, but her prediction could make you a millionaire. Be nice, wouldn't it? Michael Honeyball, if we swap that round, that's Heikel Moneyball. Fulham will lose and they can concentrate on being relegated. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Who do Reading play this weekend? I believe, when I did my research for the predictions, that Reading play Watford in an early season top-of-the-table clash. Paul is here. Ben, you keeping an eye on Villa Stoke? How am I? Well, I'm good, but I'm not keeping an eye on Villa Stoke. The chat will do that for me, no doubt, because they're brilliant. Can't see either wanting to progress in this competition. Feels like most clubs have tried to play their way out of it. Yes, Ipswich did that beautifully, didn't they? Reading are at home to Watford. Watford at home. There you go. So remember, on the channel here, I'll just quickly say evening to Sai, who says, evening, Ben. Evening, sir. What was I going to say? Sorry, Gazza, I'll read your comment in a sec. Yes, the preview show, which is normally at 7 on a Thursday, we can't do because we're doing this right now. We're going to do live at 4 tomorrow, and then we'll be back at 7:30 tomorrow for the watch-along. That makes sense to everyone? Sorry if that's a bit early, but if I did it as a pre-record and you're at work anyway, you can watch until it comes through anyway. So we'll have a look at all of tomorrow's games. Have Brentford got better this season or Fulham worse? I don't think Brentford have got better because they were amazing towards the end of last season. Fulham have definitely got worse because they've barely won any games. I think they've only beaten Ipswich, haven't they? Well, I suppose they must have won another. No. They're a Premier League team. So is that Fulham's only win against my team, Ipswich? Dear me. Predictions for Luton Wickham. P.S. I think it was Liquid. Yes, I've been to Liquid back in the day. Classic. Jim, I will do my predictions tomorrow. Tomorrow, indeed. 4 o'clock. We're going to put them... we do them live as well, so it should be good fun. Stoke playing a strong side tonight. Does anyone know? I think we read it out earlier in the feed, but it might take me a hot minute to get it up. Do you know what? I might be able to flip over to it on the split screen. Hold G horses, and we'll have a look and see if they've got a Villa and Stoke page up. Yes, they do. So this is what is happening between Villa and Stoke. We're still at half time in this one. So I'm going to make that bigger for you so you guys can see it. 1 second. Bang, bang, bang. And that should look lovely on the other screen. There we go. So Stoke are playing Davis, Collins, Suter and Martins Indy, Brown, Timon, Mikel and Thompson across the midfield, Powell, Vokes, Campbell. Villa are playing Steer, Guibert, El Mohammadi at centre-back. Wow. Hauser, Taylor, Ramsey, Nakamba and Lansbury. Still find him. El Ghazi, Traore, who's just come for a lot of money, and Davis. I wonder how star-studded Villa's bench is looking. Reasonably. Kalinic, Konza, Cash, Louise, Hurahan, Hotter. You can still find him. Watkins. Oh, in Villa terms, very star-studded. Blondie, Nuna, Nuko. It's the Stoke reserve goalkeeper, Blondie. Bart, Smith, Ince, Oakley Booth, Gregory and Fletcher. So I think we can argue in terms of both sides there, there's more first-team players on the bench than on the pitch. I think you would all agree. I'm seeing Jurgen Klopp arriving for the game that's after this, which is Liverpool versus Arsenal. Aha. Unknown E says Fulham beat Sheffield Wednesday. Thank you. Yes, they did. So they have won 2 games then. Oh, Dallas Sports is in Sacramento. Indeed. Probably don't want to talk about it, Dallas, but did you see the clips of the presidential debate. Used to go to the Palais in Hammersmith in my younger days. It ain't there no more. That reminds me of Ian Jury, who says Hammersmith Palais, the Bolshoi Bally, step back in the alley and nanny goats in Reasons to be Cheerful, part 3. Why don't you get back into bed? Hamza says, soon I'm going to buy one of those incredible shirts on your Amazon shop link thing. One of the greatest shirt designs I've ever seen. Do it. Good plug that, actually. Amazon shopfront. No, that's not the website at all. Amazon.co.uk/shop/the Benjamin Bloom football channel. Buy any of the things off the list, including my stupid shirts. This one is fairly plain for me and stripy. Matthew Benham making 35 million euros off Midtjylland qualifying. Good news for Brentford, that. Talking about Watford funneling money through clean FFP money. Will we see Midtjylland sign a Brentford player for lots of money, though? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Bailey says apparently QPR are trying to sign Adoma, Bon, Willock, Southend striker Kelman, and Kodu from Besiktas. Could a realistic combo of those make us playoff contenders? Well, playoff contenders, that's tricky. Adoma would help. Ryan Manning signing a contract would help and playing left back, wouldn't it? Willock, I don't know a lot about, I have to say. I assume Kelman would be a project and backup for Lyndon Dykes, and I don't know the player for Nkodu from Besiktas. So, interesting. Here comes Ademola Lookman, making his debut for Fulham. On he comes, wearing number 19. Who's come off? We'll have a look in a minute. Elmo played centre-back last game, Ben. He did okay. Interesting. I've never seen him play anywhere other than... Actually, that's not true, is it? I think I've seen him play centre-back. Onoma has gone off and Lookman has come on. Onoma was playing in the 10 position. So he's giving some instructions to one of the other players. I'm guessing Lookman goes in the same position there. The draw is 3-1. That was Shaylee's prediction. Dallas says, yes, was very sad, wasn't it? It's the only debate I've ever seen where it would have actually been in both parties' interests to just shut up and let the other person hang themselves, if you know what I mean. But they both kept yelling over each other, didn't they? Dear oh me. What debate? You mean that handbags at dawn fight? It was a bit embarrassing, wasn't it? There we go. Right. Let's get into this second half then. First of all, where has Lookman gone? Seems to be down the... Or is that just his starting position? He's now moved into them. It's hard to tell whether Cabano... Unless they've gone a sort of 4-3-3. They've not gone into any kind of shape yet, so it's hard for me to say. He seems to be left of Cabano. Maybe Cabano's gone into the 10 position. Here's Ben Rama, 1v1 with Iain. Beats him easily. Ooh, unlucky. I'm sounding mean now, aren't I? The Fulham right back, Iain, is not having a good game. And he's up against Ben Rama as well. Oh, God. Just a step over. And when someone doesn't actually have to move the ball to beat a man, you know it's worrying, don't you? I think Ben Rama will fancy this battle here. Fulham have had trouble at right back for forever, haven't they? Last season they couldn't get it right. Adoy and Sessignon, and then they signed Congolo. Has referee Moss got his yellow card out there? Looks like he has. Who's he booking? I think someone got booked. I'm not sure. As Scott Parker looks on. Seri chips it in looking for Camara. Does anyone feel like there's a bit of a drop-off between Fulham's good players and Fulham's squad players? Feels like there is. I could be wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments. QPR Forever says, won't get Nkudu. Would like to, but don't think that will happen. As for Manning, still wants too much money. Not good. Robinson comes forward. He is slide tackled fairly by Saman Godos. De Silva's picked it up and hoofs it down the line, and it's gone loose for Lamarche. And Fulham needs some tips from Karanka, clean sheet king. Yeah, they could do with it, couldn't they, defensive-wise? Odd that, isn't it? You would think Karanka wouldn't... It'd be interesting, actually. Would Karanka have got promotion with that squad last season? You know, he probably might have, mightn't he? If he'd had them really tight, and he would have had Mitrovic fit all season. Yeah, fair point. I think I've argued myself around there. Gaza says, I assume Lookman is ex-Everton and Charlton. When did he join Fulham? Yesterday, I think. Yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Jez says, come on, Fulham. We really need to play a lot better than this. Our reserves are just so far off it. That was the point I was just making, Jez. I'm glad we agree. My friend Cloud, who's an interior designer, could do a better job at left back. You mean right back? I think Robinson has been all right at left back. Iain at right back has had a bit of a struggle. Look, man. Oh, Seri flew in on Marcondes there, just stood aside, and then Steph Johansson fouled Marcondes. If Seri had caught Marcondes then, ouch. So Johansson's got the yellow card for body checking him. He's kind of taken one for Seri then, but there you go. Problem with Karanka is when he got Borough up, they had so little goal threat. God, didn't they? It was David Nugent, wasn't it? I did mean right back, yeah. Not surprised. Here is Pinnock to Sørensen. And back home. Oh, nice feet by Raya. Takes on Camera. Puts it forward with his left foot. Hector wins the header easily against Marcondes. Recycled to Johansson. And Lookman, who's had a very nifty first 4 minutes on, actually, I'd have to say. Camera. Johansson, good football by Fulham. Here's Robinson down the left. Stood up by Fosu, playing at right back. I suspect we won't see him there too many times. Oh, nice give and go there. Johansson into the box. Great play by Fulham. Oh, flipped up and hit by Cabano. Good save by Raya. Really good football by Fulham. Actually, far and away the best sort of passage of play they've had all night there. All happened in one go. Johansson played it in. It's a really good bit of skill by Cabano. He's not got a lot of time. Johansson looks up, picks him out. He tries to control it with his right foot. It flips up. It's actually a brilliant bit of play by Cabano. It flips up as a challenge flies in, and having controlled it with his right foot, hits it with his left on the rise, on the volley, gets it on target. Good save by Raya. Good play all round there. Lovely football by Fulham. Great bit of skill by Cabano, I have to say. Good save by Raya because he wouldn't have expected the shot to come out there. Best moment other than Cabano hitting the post from a free kick, which wasn't, as I say, pattern of play induced. Best moment of the game there for Fulham. And Lookman has made a difference, I have to say. So Cabano, volley, Raya, save. Enjoyed that, actually. Dallas says, Ben, with the changes at Birmingham, how do you see them at the finishing line? I'm hoping for at least 15th, but 12th would be great. I think they might be able to get higher than that, you know. The signings have been fairly strong. He has been back. We've got this San Jose chap that's come as well. Remember, Lecco hasn't played yet either, has he? As Camera comes in, Iain comes in off the right, and you can guess the shot goes wide. So, the pattern of play clearly works. They've gone to 4-4-2 in the last game, haven't they? Hogan and Jutkovic was very good last season when they had it together pre-lockdown before. So, yeah, maybe I can understand you being cautious as a Blues fan, but maybe they can be in the top half. When we look at someone like Blackburn last season, where they were solid, had a few good players and had one really good run in the season, they were in there in the top half. So there you go. Here come Fulham again. Nice turn by Camera. He's fouled by Jensen, who's probably going to get a yellow card for that, is he? Doesn't look like it. Referee Moss not going to his pocket there. on Birmingham. A lack of goals could be a problem. Not been high scoring for a while other than the season with Adams. Maybe, though, a 4-4-2 with Jutkiewicz and Hogan. Maybe that is the goal threat. And then there's options, isn't there? San Jose, Clayton, Sunjic in central midfield, Terrell in the 10 position. Bella is good down one side. Sanchez has started pretty well at right back. Some good players at Birmingham. Let's see. Here is Cabano. Is he going to shoot this free kick? He's had the two best moments there. Cabano, nice shape on it. He's a very good free kick taker, Nashkin's Cabano. I think he's got a chance of playing himself into this Fulham team, actually, in the same way. He got the height and the pace right on that, but the direction, he's about probably 1.5 meters wide there. So a fair miss in the end, but there we go. My wife's given me the silent treatment because I insisted on a cheaper condensing tumble dryer over a silly heat pump one. So it's, oh dear, Jez. I quite like the sound of a cheaper condensing tumble dryer. I'm a clothes horse man, though. I don't even have a tumble dryer. Oh, I hope you guys make it up soon. 12th, non-eventful season. I think you can go one higher than that, can't you? Into the top half, eh? Lecco back in training. Sounds good. Yeah, Hamza agrees. Back in training there, big injury. Millmore. I'd forgotten how much I loved Ian Drury back in the day. There ain't I've been some clever. No, coward was a charmer. As a writer, he was Brahma. Silk trousers and pajamas. The gay divorce and other dramas. I need to get my... I was going to say I need to get my Ian Drury CD out now, and then I realised that CDs don't exist anymore, and I can literally just play any song I want on the phone. I'd do it right now, but the copyright police would come after me. Here's Lookman driving in the 10 position at the centre half and then winning it back. Lookman is impressed since coming on. Poked through there by Seri, trying to find Camera. Not quite on the same wavelength, and David Raya comes on. There's a fair argument that other than Cabano, Lookman's been the most effective Fulham player all night, and he's only been on 10 minutes. Scott Parker will be very pleased with what he's seen from Lookman thus far, I would have thought, in my opinion, adding in all possible caveats to there. Quick plug along the bottom, as it says, you can support via Super Chat, Amazon Shopfront, and by subscribing on Patreon. If you're watching us right now, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit like on Twitter or YouTube, wherever you are watching. And hopefully we can get more people to the stream and more people to the channel. You can also support for free just by commenting and subscribing, like I've just said. And if you want to be a fan sponsor, you can sponsor as a fan of the channel, any of our recurring shows, like Charlie has done. 30 years of Laurel Royal. Here's to many more. Charlie is the sponsor of our live watch-alongs this season here on the channel. Enough of my plug-in. Let's get back to the game in your comments. What kind of music do I listen to? I remember you doing the Dave Greenfield tribute. Do you know, that would have been a completely different answer 10 years ago than now, before podcasts were a thing. I listen to a lot of podcasts now rather than actually, listening to music in the car. That's not something I do very often now. I'm always trying to fill my brain with new information. But listen to a massive cross-section of music. Try and keep up with new. So here's De Silva into the D, hits the shot left-footed straight at Ruddock. Good feet in the first instance. Couldn't get the shot towards either of the corners. With my piano teaching, I'm often teaching modern stuff, so that keeps me updated on what the newer trends are. But I always think with music that what you kind of grow up with is things don't. I heard Paul Simon say the same thing. Things don't actually change that much as you grow older. You still have those influences, and a few things infiltrate over the years, but you tend to stay in love with what you fell in love with music-wise, which tends to be that period age, I don't know, 12 to 18 or something. But there you go. Yes, I did do a Dave Greenfield tribute. Very big fan of the Stranglers back in the day when I was in bands. Or in originals bands. Still playing bands. Here's Jensen. Oh, poor giveaway from Jensen there. Knockout swarms all over it and Camera gives the ball away. I have a feeling that Camera is not long for this game. I think we might see a Fulham attacking sub. We know Mitro's on the bench, don't we? Not really gone for Camera today. Nice outside of the football to Lookman. He's 1v1 with Fosu down the left. Good low cross, but oh, goodness me. Good low cross by Lookman. Really good play. Seri arriving. He's probably about, 15 yards out, middle of the goal. First time shot with the left foot, completely opened up. Really good play by Lookman. Oh dear, what a dreadful finish. A chance which was absolutely no more difficult than the one Force wrapped into the net. Knockout is behind him as well. It's a really, really poor miss by Seri there. Fulham turning the screw though. They're the better side since half-time, since Lookman came on, I have to say. Playing well now. Here they come again. Cabano out to Knockout. The game state very much in Fulham's favour here. Classic Knockout there. 3 players in the box, cuts inside and blasts it over. Do I want to say selfish or a very one-track minded player? Knockout. I'm a man with a one-track mind, so much to do in one lifetime. What do you think of Everton's Dominic Calvert-Lewin called up in Southgate squad? Seems to score a hat-trick every game, so I'm all for it. Hope Lecco does well at Blues. Bags of potential, loads of patience, skill, lacked-in product. Needs regular football to improve that. Yeah, certainly seems to have been a star waiting to happen for a long while. Lecco, it was very Suffolk, wasn't it? Waiting to happen. Happen, boy. Hector wins it from Force easily. Here's Cabano. Slides it into the channel. Knockout is in behind Thompson. Thompson's caught him up. Knockout into the box. It's Paul from Knockout again. Speaking of no-end product in these last 2 attacks here. Cabano has it on the right wing. Tries to beat Thompson. They both hit the deck. And Thompson has won the goal kick. Calvert-Lewin on form. Glad Gareth has picked informed players. It's what we want as England fans, isn't it? Not the top 20, a good load. Yes, excellent. Ali and George over at Not the Top 20. Fitness could be an issue. Bella struggles to make 90. Tyrell McEachran, I forgot about McEachran. And Lecco have had injured. Same with Keithdenbeld. Loads of serviceable players in that Birmingham squad. Thanks for the plug. Well, you're a sponsor, Charlie. That's what you get now, my friend. We appreciate you, buddy. Fulham looking better. Absolutely. Ciao for now. Off to watch Villa, Mull, Stoke. See you later. Sigh. Keith and Davis told to find new clubs out here. Interesting. McEachran, I'm not sure where he fits in. Karanka said he's still 2 months away. So a little bit of a cull there. Bailey says, Ben, do you like any of those talent shows like The Voice, American Idol Got Talent, America's Got Talent is great with Cal. I'd assume it's the same over in England. I like them from a TV point of view and from an entertainment point of view. Yeah, they're very well done and very good. I must admit, I prefer Hell's Kitchen and Great British Bake Off, I have to say, rather than actual singing shows because I can watch them with Shaylee. So, but yeah, enjoy those shows. And Simon Cowell is the master at TV, isn't he? And just as we were saying, Fulham were the better side. It is 2-0 to Brentford. Real straightforward goal. Saeed Benrahma back for 1 hour and he's on the score sheet here. It's just a long diagonal ball into the box from the set play, headed on by Pinnock. And Benrahma is on the far post. Pinnock with the big header. I'm afraid our friend at right back, Mr. Aina, is nowhere near him. And Benrahma has the goal. 1 game back. 1 goal for Saeed. Puts him in the headlines, and Fulham are losing again, and Brentford score from a set play again. Brentford, people mock the throwing coach and the set play coach, but they get a lot of goals, and they all tend to come from Pinnock being isolated against somebody. And it is 2-0. Very, very straightforward goal there for Brentford. Fulham really should have equalised. Seri with their huge chance on 58. And then Brentford just 2 minutes later, or 3 minutes later, going 2-0 up there. Ben Rama is back and he's on the score sheet. First of no doubt many goals for Ben Rama this season. Who he scores them all for remains to be seen. Sorry to stir that hornet's nest again, but there you go. If I'm Scott Parker now, I will be removing the right back and the centre forward and using my remaining 2 substitutions, let's just say. Might even go to 3 at the back. Parker, he used a 3 at the back system on Monday in the Premier League, didn't he? Robinson gets down the left and we all fall down. Raya comes out and Sørensen, Camera, all hit the deck. Including tonight, so far, Fulham have conceded 11 goals in 6 games. Can't be starting the season averaging. No, that's not going to go well, is it? 2 goals a game, but there you go. Hope, Adrian says, hope Southgate plays Calvin Phillips in his right position. What do you mean in his right position, Adrian? As in the one deep line playmaker in a 4-1-4-1? I'm not saying he won't do that, but just interested. Did you hear the Everton song, Spirit of the Blues, official video? No, I didn't, Eugene. Send me a DM. Send me that through. Harvey Barnes was a pleasant surprise in the England squad. Do you remember Barnes, Gale and Rodriguez under Darren Moore in the Championship? That was fun, wasn't it, for a little while? Robinson and De Silva going at it down the right. And cleared by Seri. Knockout touches it off to Cabano. Beautiful touch around the corner by Cabano there. Spins and plays with the outside of his right foot. Really enjoying Cabano's performance tonight. And Lookman, actually. Here's Lookman on it again. Tries the switch of play out to Iain. And the right back is nowhere to be found. And now they're attacking in the hole that he's vacated. I'm really sorry if it sounds like I'm beating up on him. I'm not meaning to. John says, can't see Parker lasting long with this start of the season. Fulham owner won't want to repeat of the last Premier League season. Absolutely not. White flag raised, wasn't it? Here's De Silva coming forward for Brentford. He goes past Robinson way too easily. De Silva into the box, crosses low to the near post. Marcondes was there and Ruddock gets it clear. I've been a big proponent of Robinson, but if I'm going to criticise the right back, I need to criticise the left back there to be perfectly fair, because De Silva went past him way too easily. Charlie asks, what do I think England's best starting 11 is? That's a great question, that. Maybe we do that in a minute, or if this game goes 3-0, we'll start talking about that. That sounds like a fun one. Parker can turn this around. He nearly did against Leeds. There you go. Hell's Kitchen is one hell of a show. If anyone in that chat hasn't watched it, you need to get involved. Gordon Ramsay is so entertaining on Hell's Kitchen. I mean, he's a complete arse, but he's so funny. And he's playing a character, so I'm sure it's not his actual behaviour. Who scored the second? Said Ben Rama. Yes, there he is. Any idea who the man on the mic for Sky Sports is? Obviously, I don't have the sound on. I've got myself monitored into my ears, and I'll get copyright done if I put the sound on. But I think it's Alan Parry, isn't it? Is it Alan Parry and Don Goodman? Someone will let me know. In the chat, we're coming up 66 minutes, expecting Fulham subs any time soon here. I wonder if I can bring the England squad up on the split screen, and I'll tell you who I would play, which will be absolutely nothing like what Gareth Southgate would play, but Calvert-Lewin, Sarko and Harvey. Who does Sarko play for? I don't even know. Dear oh me. Phil Foden and Mason Greenwood have been dropped. Just give me a list, Sky. Come on. There it is. Hamza says, tuning out now. Go and buy yourself 23 days in 2004. Thank you, Hamza. A £2 super chat. Very, very kind. Hamza, please get involved. Tomorrow I'll be doing a Dearly Departed preview. So if you don't mind giving me some West Brom insight tomorrow, that would be grand. big help. Even if you just reply to the video, that'd be great. Here comes Marcondes. Thompson in down the left-hand side. Aina dives in, doesn't clear it. It's gone loose to Marcondes. He's looking to draw a foul, but he keeps on going. Tackles himself in the end, but it falls fortuitously for Thompson. Here's Ben Rama. Ben Rama tries to dink it to the back post, but the Fulham defence have pushed out. And there we go. Sacco plays for Arsenal, apparently. Hell's Kitchen is unbelievably funny. Damn right. Do you think Team USA could be on the rise? Says Bailey. McKennie at Juve. Dest at Barca. Adams at Leipzig. Rayner at Dortmund. And Pulisic. Are we finally not going to be atrocious? If you think about it, subs are happening now. I can see Norgard, Kanyos and Mitrovic all coming on. Not for the same team. Dennis Adoy is coming on. Knockout has gone off. So I guess Camera is going to go out to the right and Mitro is going to go down the middle. And we've done this before, but I suspect Iain is going to come off for Adoy, who's going to play right back. Yes, it's almost like we've done this before, guys, and predicted the subs absolutely correctly. He's had a struggle. I'm surprised Camera stayed on, I have to say. I thought he would have gone off, but he's getting the minutes. Knockout, I guess, more likely to be used. Poor game for Iain. He's shaking his head as he walks off. So you're going to bring up the split screen and we'll talk some England while you guys are asking. I have limited knowledge on this, I have to say. There is the squad. So out of those three goalkeepers, I would probably play Dean Henderson. I would play Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Who would I play at left back? Ben Chilwell, probably. I'd play Tyrone Mings just because I'm an Ipswich fan, which is no reason to pick anyone, and Maguire. So that's my back five there. Henderson, Alexander-Arnold, Chilwell, Mings and Maguire. In midfield, I would play, as Camera comes in, Jordan Henderson, Calvin Phillips. So I'm playing 4-2-3-1 by the look of it. And then off the front, I'd play Harry Kane up top, obviously. And then I would play Rashford, Sterling, and Barnes probably behind him to give Barnes a go. But that's just me randomly picking my England team there. Let me know. Put your England teams in the comments. So I would go Henderson, Alexander-Arnold, Mings, Maguire, Chilwell, Phillips and Jordan Henderson. So two Hendersons. Sterling, Barnes, and who was my other attacking midfielder? Rashford. And then Kane. So that I play 4-2-3-1. I know Southgate won't do that. Just a bit of fun. Let me know who your England team would be in the comments as this game comes through. Trying to find Mitrovic now. Going to be fun for Sørensen and Pinnock for 20 minutes. Mitro always gives you a battle. 2-0 to Brentford here in this one. Shaylee, it's 2-0 to Brentford, my darling. I think your winning streak is over. Shaylee, what do you think of that? And let me know in the chat, should Shaylee now be mistrusted with the half-baked predictions? The first one she's got wrong. Oh, man. Indeed. An absolutely dreadful start to the season for Fulham. Here comes Robinson down the left-hand side. Inside to Lookman, who's had a good second half. Cabano in a weird WWE wrestling thing with Marcondes. No foul given by referee Moss. And Lamarchin plays it all the way home to Ruddock. 20 minutes to go. Fulham need 2 goals quickly, indeed. I'm more hungry than bothered by the result. I know you are, my darling. So I'll give you the important information. 71 minutes and 54 seconds gone. So we will be done in 25 minutes. What time is it now? Yeah, about 25 past 7. I don't think the team got Shaylee's memo on the outcome. No, they didn't. They've let her down. They've let themselves down, David, haven't they? Plucky says Rice is the best English midfielder for me. George says Henderson, Trent, Dyer, Mings, Chilwell. Henderson. Oh, is Grealish in the squad? Did I miss Grealish out? Sorry, I definitely have Grealish in over Barnes. Grealish, Barnes, Sterling, Sancho, Kane. There we go. Is my England team. Unless Fulham score too. Lots of kisses from Shaylee. Mwah. Am I doing dearly departed Leeds Man City? I'm not, Adrian, sadly. I think there is... I'm only going to do watch-alongs on the dearly departed derbies unless there's no championship games going on at the same time. So I would love to, and I'll probably take a look at that game after the fact because I can't wait to see Bielsa versus Guardiola. In fact, who was it commented that? Adrian, do look up. I think it's from about 2011 or something. Do look up. Oh, Cabano makes space for the shot. Raya saves. Sorry, Adrian, I'm waffling. Do look up Athletic Bilbao under Bielsa versus Guardiola's Barcelona. I think it's a 2-2 draw. It is spectacular. Check that one out. You probably get a 10-minute highlight package on YouTube. That was the game where Guardiola was just blown away with Bielsa. Here is Benrahma into the box. Has he taken it over the byline? I think he might have. Although Ruddock is shaking his head, so maybe he didn't. And they've given a corner. Benrahma back with a goal. Let's have a look at this. It goes past Hector easily. Yeah, he does keep it in. Deflects off Dennis Adoy. Who's playing right back? Because it was Hector who was over at the right there. Interesting. Why not order a takeaway and we'll arrive for the end of the stream? Hunger solved. COVID took my job, Jay. So we've got to eat on the cheap, I'm afraid, for at least the next few months. In goes the corner. Headed away on the near post by Lemarchand. Kanyos arriving. His shot is blocked. Pinnock recycles it over on the right wing. And Kanyos crosses that to the back post. He's completely overhit that. And it goes all the way over. Charlie has put his England team up. Get your England team in. Henderson, Maguire, Gomez, Stones. Trent, Henderson, Dele Alli, Rashford, Sterling, Kane and Sancho. Sounds decent, that, doesn't it? Sounds better than my team, actually. Leeds, Man City will be a brilliant game. Yeah, it should be great, shouldn't it? Really looking forward to seeing how that one pans out. Here's Adoy, who is most definitely playing right back. Apologies for even questioning that. We all knew he would, didn't we? Fulham playing out of defence, still getting pressed by Brentford. 15 to go. Robinson, who's just looked a bit wibbly the last 10 minutes on this one, hasn't he? I think Leeds could get something from that. Man City, oddly inconsistent. Here come Brentford again. Adoy takes it off Kanyos. It's gone loose and Steph Johansson picks it up. Don't think Sancho is that great. 90 million. Extortionate. Sessegnon better. There you go. I always like it when someone assesses a player and then says another player who they think is either better or worse. I think that really helps. Sometimes people just, say stuff and it's like, well, you don't think he's good. Okay, fine. Who do you think is good? Good comment, Plucky. He knows my unwritten rules, doesn't he? Give context. Always give context. Else anyone could just say anything, can't they? Could say this can of Pepsi is the best drink ever. Doesn't mean anything, does it? 76 gone here. JR is totally right. Fulham seem to have lost a bit of belief. They were by far the better side when they went 2-0 down, weren't they? Cabano was playing well. Big chance for Seri. Lookman had made a difference. But there you go. Pickford, Trent, Stones, Maguire, Trippier, Rice, Henderson, Dyer, Phillips, Sancho, Grealish. Nice. Oh! It is 3-0 to Brentford. And Said Benrahma is a ridiculous footballer. What a goal. Benrahma's been back for 77 minutes and he's just banged one in from 30 yards. Stupid player. Absolute joke of a footballer, this bloke. I said, would he be rusty? He gets in the 10 position, miscontrols it. Oh, my God. He rolls his foot back. If that goes through Hector's legs. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, that's a ridiculous goal. That's absurd. Said Benrahma has just back-heeled it through Hector's legs and then bent it into the corner. Oh, my God. He's just like stuck 10 million quid on his price tag. That's a ludicrous goal by Benrahma. What a player. I know we've said it a million times, but that is a stupendous goal by Benrahma. And Hector, the poor guy, because Benrahma miscontrols it in the first instance. Hector is not expecting it at all. Benrahma then rolls his foot over the ball, backheels it through Hector's legs, and then bends it into the corner. It's a stupid goal. It's a joke of a goal by Benrahma. Obscene, ridiculous, whatever you want to say. Love it. Poor Michael Hector. I like Michael Hector, but that was ludicrous. What a goal. John, thank you, sir. Enjoyed fighting the good fight. Sadly, might miss the stream tomorrow night, working all of that. When are we doing Birmingham, John? When are they next on Sky? That would be great. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. We will keep fighting the good fight. I think Said Benrahma is being substituted. If he is, I'm just going to applaud that goal because I've decided to pay for a Sky Sports subscription this season because of the watch-alongs, and that was worth every penny. A complete joke of a goal by Said Benrahma there. Wow. Benrahma just retired Hector. What a goal. Q Benrahma bids. Cheeky. What just happened, Annie? Go and look up Said Benrahma's goal he's just scored. Complete comical. Sorry, there was a serious question by Robin. I will answer your serious question in a minute. Remind me to answer that question by Robin because he put that in yesterday and I didn't answer it. Let's just talk a bit more about that goal because it was a joke, wasn't it? Your reaction to that goal rivals your reaction to the Eze goal versus West Brom. Yeah, do you remember the Eze goal? That was comical as well, wasn't it? Brilliant goal. Brilliant. Love Benrahma. Gonna miss him. Benrahma trolled Hector badly there, didn't he, Jest? Because the stupid thing is, the first movement in that goal was a bad touch by Benrahma. Unless he deliberately faked a bad touch in order to then backheel it through Hector's legs. Wow. Well, the good news is now, at least, I think we have our goal of the season from Benrahma so far, don't we? Which is great for the channel that we got it on a watch-along. Fabulous goal by Benrahma. Ben, do you see Championship or mid-table Premier League clubs getting to the Carabao Cup final? Winner of the Carabao gets a place in Europa Conference League. No, it'll probably be a top 6 side, actually, won't it? Bins, what you've just said with the end of that comment, haven't you? I think most of the Championship sides, like someone said in the chat earlier, were playing to get out. 3-0 Brentford in this one. But the story is that third goal there by Benrahma. Fulham beating Brentford in the playoff final. Must seem a long time ago for Cottagers fans. Scott Parker doesn't look very happy, but even he will have appreciated that bit of skill by Benrahma. Benrahma just sent Hector back to Stamford Bridge. Oh, dear. Everyone likes to see the bit of skill, but always on the other end of a backheel nutmeg resulting in a 30-yarder bent into the corner. There is a poor defender, isn't there? And Hector is a good player, but yeah, nasty stuff. There is Jay with his England team there. Henderson, Trent, Walker, Maguire, Gomez, Henderson, Rice, Sterling, Sancho, Ings behind Kane. Love it. Who do you think will win the Europa League and Champions League? I haven't got a clue, George. I'm sorry. I'm only really concentrate on my dearly departed of Villa, Blades, Leeds, Baggies, and Fulham. Hence this watch along today as well. Ipswich doing so well so far. Promotion, says Adrian. Yeah, Hope so. Really hope so. Ipswich in League One is just not what the doctor ordered, is it? But there we go. What are Fulham doing here? Getting caught out at the back. And Brentford have won a corner. If only Brentford just lumped the ball into the box against Fulham in the playoff final, they'd be in the Premier League right now. Hey ho, you love to see it, says Stephen. Looks like Birmingham are next on Sky on the 20th against your second team. Oh, don't be saying that, David. Norwich. Same night as Mill against Luton. Yes, I'd like to distance myself from any rumours of Norwich being my second team. Absolutely not. Only one team for me. And my second team certainly would never be Norwich, given I'm an Ipswich fan. But there we go. Look forward to that. In goes the corner. Robin, I am going to answer your question, I promise. Oh, they're going to right muddle there. Oh, good save, Ruddock there. Marcondes should have made it 4-0 there. Ball goes loose in the penalty box. Up in the air initially from Pinnock, who literally wins every first ball from a set play. Marcondes should score from there, shouldn't he? Gets his feet in a muddle. It's a good save by Ruddock, but it should be a goal. And he's just caught up and seen Ben Rama's goal. There we go. Giacomo says, I'd take winning the playoff final over a League Cup match any day, but this is very embarrassing. Giacomo, don't worry about it, my friend. Don't worry about it. It's a weakened team. I'm behind the dearly departed. Don't worry about it, my friend. Hi, Ben, says Carl. Hi, Carl. Nice to have you along. Norwich is a beautiful city. Oh, sorry, I didn't answer the Lampard question, did I? Sorry if I missed it. Do you see Lampard getting the sack if Chelsea finish outside the top 2? No. I think if they finish outside the top 4, we'll get the sack, but not the top 2. No. Liverpool and Man City are silly, aren't they? So I think that would be a silly decision to fire him there. Norwich is a beautiful city, though. You have to give them that. Yes, you guys know me. I won't use any football metrics to decide anything that's actually important in real life. So no, Norwich is a very nice place. Fulham need to sort themselves out before the season gets away from them, don't they? Just. Any idea why the final of the Champions League qualifiers was 2 legs, but the Europa League wasn't? No idea. No idea. Championship top 2. Who did I have? I can't remember. I need to just have my 1 to 24 written down. I had Norwich first and I had Watford second. That was my top 2. I've got to stick with my early season pre-any games, pre-transfer window closing predictions. That's the rules, isn't it? It's 3-0 to Brentford here. Free kick swung in by Jensen, nodded down, and away. Cleared by Steph Johansson. Brentford. No, I didn't have Brentford second. I had Watford second, I think. Didn't I? I can't remember. In that case, would you eat a meal cooked by Delia Smith? Absolutely, I would eat a meal. I'd love to meet Delia Smith, actually. I think she'd be quite an interesting one to have dinner with, as long as she got on the wine. I think it'd be quite funny. I think I've done that one. Plucky says, have you got an idea for private? Yes. My friend who works for the Premier League is trying to get us a goodie bag. He says he can, and I trust him. But until it's in my hand, I won't announce that. We'll come up with something anyway, but it should be a Premier League goodie bag. Which I think has got a copy of FIFA in. I'll chase him up on that, actually. Here is Johansson, 86 gone. This one finished with that second goal, really, didn't it? Spurs 1, Haifa 2 is Carl's prediction. Do you reckon Scott Parker is the most under pressure out of the Premier League managers? Yes, I do, actually, Stephen. I was going to say out of all managers, poor old Sabri Lamucci's having it even worse. But yeah, in the Premier League, he is. When does the window close, says Daz. Now, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think October the 5th, which is Monday, for Premier League to Premier League, and then October the 16th, Premier League to non-Premier League. I think I've got that right. So realistically, from our point of view as Championship fans, October the 16th, because Championship can still do business and Premier League can still sign Ben Rama or Buendia or whoever. Why don't you think Lampard will be sacked? Well, the question, Elizabeth, was if there was context to that, if they finish outside the top 2. I thought he wouldn't be sacked. He may still be sacked if they finished 7th, but I wouldn't. But then again, I'm not a mad Russian billionaire, allegedly. Delia Smith makes cakes with soggy bottoms. All about Mary Berry. We're on to our TV bakers here. As we go into the 87th minute, I should plug Shaylee's Bacon. If you're on Instagram, go and follow Shayley Bakes. Shali Bakes. See Shaylee's work there. And buy some brownies if you want some. We can send them. Here is Camera. Still on the pitch. Crossed in. Lamarchand up there. Mitrovic volleys it. Over the top. If Forest sacked Lamouchi, who could replace him? Who could? Mick McCarthy could replace him. Eddie Howe's the big link, isn't it? McCarthy, Houghton. Anyone. Gerhard Struber seems to be linked with everyone. Godfrey to Everton, 26 million. Good price. Yes. I don't think he's worth that, Robin. But then Norwich always do good business, don't they, in terms of their sales. And I will just quickly bung in, because I think Robin replied, it's conceivable that Norwich could generate 100 million for Lewis, Godfrey, Cantwell and Buendia. Lewis, Godfrey, Cantwell, Buendia. If you add Aaron's to that, maybe close, but not with just the ones that you named there, I don't think. Not in this market. I think Norwich players would like to think it would be that amount, but I don't think it's really. What is David Raya doing? He's out in the right back position and he's won a foul off Abubakar Kamara. And here it says, Big Sam. There we go. Now, come on, Ben. I'm sure you'll be looking at this for a big miracle from Derby at Carrow Road. And a Rams' first win of the season. Bring it on, hey? Norwich Derby on Saturday. All looking forward to that one. Big switch of play. Here's Kanyos. Left wing, 1v1 with Adoy. Hits the shot low. Ruddock makes the save. Right, where was that question that I've just not answered twice now? Who sent that in? It was... Oh, sorry, guys. There was a question that came in just before the goal and it had been asked yesterday as well. Robin, there we go. When will the bubble burst on the obscene wages of players? Do you know what? I might even do an actual whole video about this, Robin. I think I might do that in the... sorry, I keep never answering your question. DM me about this on Twitter, Robin, because I'll do... I think that's worth a whole video, not just me babbling at the... And no doubt reading another comment somewhere in between. I think that's worth a whole video about the wages, isn't it? So, do I reckon I would do well as a manager? I'd be terrible, wouldn't I? I'd just try and be nice to everybody and all the players would walk over me and I'd get sacked after about 3 games. No, I'd be dreadful, Stephen. Absolutely dreadful. And I'd want to be mates with all the players because I'd respect them too much. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'd be awful. I'd be the worst manager ever. Bid for Godfrey rejected, was it? Norwich playing hardball. That's why they always get good fees, isn't it, Norwich, hey? Good luck to him, eh? Any chance Everton top 4 this season? Yeah, way it's going. Look great, don't they? Johansson, corner in. We're into stoppage time here. Did Bedford have a football team? They do. I should go, shouldn't I, really? Ashley says, I'd say Chris Hughton would be a good fit for Forest. Didn't get in at Bristol City, though, did he? And if the rumours are correct, I think he suspected he was going to get that job and didn't interview very well, from what I have heard, allegedly. Ben, does Reading finish top of the table and will Watford go back up? What about Stoke in the top 10? Lots of questions. No, I don't think Reading will finish top of the table. I think that's an easy one to do. But they've started very well. Yes, at the moment, I think Watford could go up. But at the moment, I think they're winning games by having good players and being well organised. And that will not get you up in the end. Lookman could run there. Pinnock just with the tackle. What about Stoke top 10? Yeah, for sure. I think that'll happen. If you do a thing on Play Wage, it'd be good to have Kieran. Yeah, we'll try and get Kieran Maguire and ask away. It is full time here. Let's just go through the action in this game. It was 3-0 to Brentford, fairly even first half. The first goal was by Marcus Force. Quick counter-attack there. Force won it in the first instant and quickly played it to Ben Rama. He played it to Godos, who tried to play it back to Ben Rama. It ran all the way through to Marcus Force, who slammed the goal in there. I love seeing all the Brentford players there just embraced with, I'm pretty sure it was the Brentford announcer there. He's a very popular guy there. Then in the second half, Saeed Ben Rama made it 2-0, just tapping in from a set play. And then, as we've just said, a wonder goal by Ben Rama for 3-0. Go out of your way to see it. Stop listening to me and go and find it on Twitter right now if you haven't. Ben Rama rolling the ball with a back heel through Michael Hector's legs and then bending it into the corner from about 30 yards. Goodness me, what a goal there. Right, let's bang through some of your last comments and then I am going to disappear for the evening. Please don't talk about Hughton City. Hey, keep Hughton out, please, says Robin. What's Dave Hockaday doing this evening? How long on the board? We are all done. Are you a fan of the Brentford new stadiums and seat colours? I'm not too bothered about the seat colours. I do like the stadium, though, I have to say, and they very much need it for their development. I'm sure Jamie Redknapp and Paul Merson, hey, he's going to like that Ben Rama goal. That's Merson later in his career would have been capable of similar skill. Brilliant player. So was Jamie Redknapp, actually. We forget this, don't we, when we're doing championship games, that when you've got Redknapp and Merson summarising and they played so much top-level football, being linked with Austin, but some fans can't afford it. 60 grand a week, apparently, he is on over at West Brom. Villa and Stoke is goalless. Bon appetit, says White Hart Dane. Jamie Redknapp's got a big smile on his face. I'm sure they're talking about the Ben Rama goal. Just ridiculous. The Brentford announcer that calls us that lot from Shepherd's Bush. Yeah, he won't say the name, will he? Prediction for Forest Bristol, 4:00 tomorrow, and it will do them. Right. Let me say thank you to everyone. This has been the Brentford versus Fulham watch along. If you're still in the chat here, please hit like on the video. Go and hit subscribe if you haven't done already. We need to give a shout out to Charlie, who is our sponsor, our fan sponsor for all of our watch-alongs. 30 years a loyal royal. Here's to many more. Well said, Charlie. Let me give you the plan for the next couple of days. Well, let me just give you tomorrow. We'll be live at 4:00 for the championship preview. That would be tonight, but we're going to do it tomorrow because we were doing this. They're just replaying Ben Rama's goal. Let's see it in real time. Poor touch. Crazy back heel. And then just swazzes it in the corner. The bit of skill leading up to it is just filthy. Absolute filth from Ben Rama. Brilliant goal. Lovely to have him back. Will that be the last time we see him on one of the watch-alongs, especially after he's done that on live TV? Be interested to see what Paul Merson's having to say about that goal. Hugely skillful player himself. Right, let's just give you a few shout-outs there. Flash McCash, Carl Hip, Daz. Thank you to QPR. Thank you to JR there. Leather Sandals. Carl, Stephen, Anir. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As I said, I got interrupted by another look at Ben Rama's goal. 4:00 live with the championship preview. And then we'll be live for the watch-along tomorrow night, which is Coventry versus Bournemouth. Looking forward to that one. Shout out to David there as well. He's been in the chat all night, I think. Brilliant stuff. Thank you, everybody, for supporting. Thank you for getting involved in the comments. Thank you to all my Patreons. Thank you to the Super Chatters and anyone who's used Amazon Shop. But moreover, anyone who's liked, commented, and subscribed here and supported our channel. Bye to Max. Bye to Ashley, John, JR, we said, Stephen, and Carl. Thank you all. And I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, for either the preview at 4 or the watch-along of, and I've forgotten already, Coventry Bournemouth at 7 p.m. Thank you for watching.